morning everybody. Today I take your literature class. We have already completed chapter 5. Today I start chapter 6. The name of the story is Rip Van Winkle. This story has two parts, Rip Van Winkle 1 and Rip Van Winkle 2. Today I will discuss Rip Van Winkle 1. This is the story of a man, Rip Van Winkle. He is the hero of this story, but he lived in America, but he is very kind and gentle, and he loved the children and he plays with them, and throughout all the day he engaged himself in playing, in telling stories to the children and others. But he had no work. He did not like to do any work. So it is impossible for him to manage to control his family. For this reason, his wife, Dame Van Winkle, was very dissatisfied with him. He was very angry with his husband, and he did not manage, he did not control his family, he did not earn his living for his family. That's why his children and his wife were not satisfied with him. And this is the story how he passed his days. This story tells us. Now I start the story. Many years ago, in a little village in America, there lived a man called Rip Van Winkle. That is, where did Rip Van Winkle live? In America. In a little village, Rip Van Winkle lived in a little village in America. What kind of man is he? He was gentle and kind, and the people of the village liked him because he was always willing to run errands and do little jobs for him. Run errands means he always walk short journey undertaken to deliver or collect something. That is, he did not do for himself, but he was always wish to help others. This is the story, and so he do some jobs for other people. So he was very kind and helpful and gentle. The children shouted with glee when Rip came along, for they knew that he liked nothing better than to take part in their games. He made toys for them and taught them to fly kites and to play marbles. Often he would sit in the cool shade of a tree and tell them fine tales of American Indians and witches and fairies. That is, when the children of his area at a distance saw him that he was coming, they were very enjoyed. They are very full of joy. They were very full with glee. That is why, because they knew that he was engaged themselves in playing. He made toys for them, and he taught to them how to fly kites and to play marbles. That's why. And he also engaged himself in telling stories. That is, he told them stories of American Indians and witches and fairies. So children loved to hear these stories, to listen to the stories. So they loved Rip Van Winkle. One thing made Rip unhappy, and that was work. Only one thing he did not like at all. What is? That is work. He did not like to work at all. Rip hated hard work. For that reason, he was very poor, and his wife and children were always hungry and ill-clad. His little farm too was badly kept. Weeds grew all over it. The fences were broken down, and his cows were always going astray. That is, he could not control his family. His wife, the name of his wife was Dame Van Winkle, and he had some children. His wife did not do them any food because her husband did not do any work. One fault in his family, that is, he hated work. He did not like to do hard work. For this reason, her wife could not control his family, could not manage his family and children. They were always hungry, and his children were always ill-clad, dressed, torn wore torn dresses, etc. and etc. And so his cows, he had some cows, but he could not give them any food, so they always going astray. Always going astray means they away from the correct path. They going here and there. They did not, he could not keep them in any fixed place. They were going here and there all day long. They are moving here and there also. So in this way his family is continuing. Day after day, Reef's wife, Dame Van Winkle, could scold her husband. "Idle, good for nothing fellow," she would cry. "Why can't you do a little work on your farm instead of playing with the village children or sleeping?" One day, day after day, he bore this torture of his husband. But one day, he scolded his wife, his husband. Why he could tell them, "Good for nothing, you are good for nothing." That is, he would cry, and "Why you could not do any work for your family instead of playing with the children? You are all the day you are playing with the children instead of working for your family." In this way, he scolded Rip Van Winkle. Dame Van Winkle, his wife, scolded her husband. Not a word would Rip say in reply. Instead, he would go to the village once more and wait there until his wife's temper had cooled again. That's when his wife scolded him, he could not utter any words. First of all, he was very calm and quiet. He could not speak not. He could not utter any words in reply. Then he could go away from his house, and he could not return until his wife's temper cooled down. Okay? One day, when everything had gone wrong, Dame Van Winkle scolded Rip more than she had ever done before. This time, her husband did not go to the village as usual. One day, Rip Van Winkle's wife, Dame Van Winkle, scolded him too much. So, her husband, Rip Van Winkle, was very sorry for that. He could not go away from his house. What did he do? For that day, he was taking his gun upon his shoulder. He had a gun upon his shoulder, and calling his faithful and take his dog, faithful dog Wolf, to go with him. He set off to wander among the woods and hills. Then that day, on the day when his wife scolded him too much, he was very sorry for that, and his temper was slow down, and he feel very hesitation, and he could not do any work. Before at that he took his gun in his shoulder and his faithful dog with him, and he set off. He left his home and wandered among the woods and hills. Woods means forest, jungle and hills. He was wandering, moving away. Rip lay down on a grassy bank and stayed there till late in the afternoon. Then one meadow, that is a field full of grass, that is grassy land. He was lay down and stayed there till late in the afternoon, that is till evening. He was lay down there. As the sun was setting, Rip rose to go. "Come, Wolf," he said to his dog, "let us go home now. Perhaps Dame Van Winkle's temper has cooled by this time, though I fear that she may have something to say to us for staying away so long." That is, one time he woke up and he told his dog, "Come, Wolf, come here." And he said to his dog, now we started to go home, because at that time he thought that his wife's temper then cooled down. They were beginning to walk down the hill when a voice cried out, "Rip Van Winkle." When they were going down the hill, when they were going, suddenly a voice called them. What did the voice say? "Rip Van Winkle," cried out. Rip looked all around. He looked here and there, all around, backwards, upward, down, right hand side, left hand side, in front of him. He looked around him, but he could not saw anything. At first he saw nothing but a crow. Only he saw a crow. Then he spotted a long way off a strange little man with a cake upon his shoulders. Cake means a pot. That is a pot he carried in his shoulder, a barrel, a small barrel he carried. A short man carrying a barrel in his shoulder. He cried him. He saw nothing but a crow, and only he saw a strange little man. He was very little. He looked very strange. He saw them. That man carried a small barrel in his shoulder. Okay. Rip Van Winkle, the voice called out again. The voice called out. Again called out, Rip Van Winkle, Rip Van Winkle. Rip walked across the hillside until he came near the man. He walking away. He was walking. Did you call, sir? He asked in wonder. He was very surprised to hear the voice. Then he asked him, did you call me, sir? The man did not reply. Instead, he made a sign as if to say, pray, carry this heavy cake up the hill for me. He could not answer anymore, but he made a sign. This sign recognized that he told him that he requested him to carry that heavy cake up the hill for him, for that little man. He requested, the man, pray means he prayed to him, that is requested Rip Van Winkle to carry the barrel up on the hill. Okay? Now Rip, though he was idle in his own home and did not care for hard work, was always ready to help other people. So he took the cake upon his shoulder, and both men began to trudge up the hill. Trudge means, that is, walk slowly with heavy steps. That is, he could not do hard, he did not like hard work, but he was always ready to help others. So when the little strange man requested him to carry his cake upon on the hill for him, he was ready to help him. He took the cake, and he was ready to help the little man, so he took the cake upon his shoulders, and both men, he and the strange little man, walked very slowly to go to the hill. Okay? After a little while, they came to a hollow among the hills. Hollow means a hole among the hills. There Rip saw a crowd of men. A crowd of men means a group of people. He saw them. They were playing a game of 9 pins, and the balls, as they rolled along, made a noise like thunder. Where did he saw? After a while, when they came to the hills, they saw a hollow place. And there, hollow place, and there, hollow means bare place, and there Rip saw a group of people, a crowd of people there. What did they do? They were playing a game of 9 pins and a ball and some balls. They were playing with 9 pins and balls. As they rolled along, and they rolled along the pins and balls, and it sounded like a thunder and made a noise, and this sounds like thunder. Okay? Strange men they were two. One had a large head, a broad face, and a small eyes like the eyes of a pig. That is, these men were very strange to look at. Among them, one had a large head, and a broad face, and small eyes, little eyes of like a pig. So his eyes like a pig, and he had a broad face and a large head. So he was very strange to look at. Another had a face which seemed to be all nose. Another man had a face which seemed to be nose. His face is like a nose. One man, his head was very large and broad face, and eyes were very small like pigs. And another man had a face which seemed to be all nose, like a nose. The leader was a fat. Among these people, there was a leader. The leader was a fat old fellow with a sunburned face. His face was burnt like sun rays, scorching heat of sun. Someone's face was burnt like scorching heat of sun. It was like red, like screamy red. His face was like that, sunburnt face. He wore a lace jacket. What did he wear? A lace jacket, a broad belt, a sword, a high hat with a feather in it, red stockings and high heel shoes. What did he dress himself? He was a leader. He had a he was a fat old fellow. He has a sunburned face. What did he wear? He wore a lace jacket, a broad belt, carried a sword, a high hat with a feather in it, red stockings, his socks, red stockings and high heel shoes. Wear the shoes, high heel and stockings red. As soon as the players saw the cake, they stopped their game. The players who were engaged themselves in playing with 9 pins elbows, as soon as they saw the cake, they stopped their playing. Why? Because they are very thirsty. They thought that someone carried drinks for them. The little man who had come with Reep opened the cake, and for meat he poured out a drink for everyone. He made a sign to Reep to hand out the cups. That is the little man who had come with the Reep. He opened the mouth of the cake and poured the drink into the little cups, and they distributed them among the players. The men drank eagerly, for their game had made them thirsty. Then they were very tired to play the games with 9 pins and balls. So these players were very thirsty. They wanted some drink, so they were very pleased to get this drinking. Then back they went to their game of 9 pins. After that they started their games. Reep was thirsty too, but they did not think of giving him drink. So when no one was looking, Reep took one sheep for the cake. No one looked for Reep and Winkle. He carried the cake, he helped them, but no one cared for him. So he was also very thirsty. So he himself took one sip from the cake, and he drank it. A good drink, to be sure, he whispered to himself. Then he took a little more, and then a little more. Before long, he began to feel quite drowsy. Then he fell fast asleep. He took one cup, then another cup, then another cup. He had made his thirsty. He fulfilled his thirst, and then after a while, he began to feel quite drowsy, and he was totally slept. And then he fell flat asleep. This is the story, and I will describe next. Today I will, when I will discuss this, I will say some meaning. Now I discuss this meaning once again. Errand, a short journey undertaken to deliver or to collect something. Glee means a great delight, joy. Witch means a woman thought to have evil magic powers. Astray means away from the correct path. Wander means to move here and there, walk in a leisurely or aimlessly way. Cake, a small barrel. Trudge means walk slowly with heavy steps. 9 pins, a bowling game. Sunburnt, tanned, brown with exposure to the sun. Burnt the face with scorching heats of sun. Drowsy means sleepy. This is the word meanings. Next day I will give you word meanings and questions and others. Today I have finished my chapter, and I hope that you have understand this. You also read this at your home. Goodbye for this day.